my veins.
Touchdown! Oh my goodness!
This is my man.
Well. I mean, it's like a party here for me. This is very exciting. Welcome into First Take, everybody. Max Kellerman's back. You had a couple days off, much deserved, rested, enjoyed it.
Well, listen, when you have kids,
We have a
Mom,
lot
you
of
never
kids.
have a vacation.
Yeah,
If you
okay.
go somewhere, you're on a trip.
Got
if
it.
you go home, it's just
You're
a
still
day.
working.
You're
You're still working. Yeah.
Okay. But you got some off time from us. And Kimberly Martin, finally in the
Finally.
flesh. So
Yes.
good to have you.
Thank you,
And it's
guys.
exciting to have you guys both in studio. It feels like normalcy. Hey, Marcus, it's kind of cool to have you virtually.
What's up, my people?
I'm just
Good to
playing.
see y'all.
How we doing? Good to see you. We're going to have some fun. All right, guys, let's get into it. The major news. The plane has landed. Max, your boy, Aaron Rodgers, back in Green Bay. What? After 89 days of uncertainty, this story broke back in April during the NFL draft that he wanted out. However, he has reported to camp. The two sides are working on a deal. Yesterday, when this broke, we asked Dan Orlovsky who won. Was it the Packers or Rodgers? Take a listen.
This is an absolute home run by the Green Bay Packers. I'll take everybody back to the moment they drafted Jordan Love. I guarantee you their intention was, we are going to sit him for 2 years, let Aaron Rodgers continue to be our starting quarterback, and we will trade him after the 2021 season. All they're doing right now, as of today, is making it look like they're meeting him somewhat halfway. They get to review the situation at the end of the year. They very well could, this time next year, say, you know what, you were the MVP again. We're not going to trade you. This is a home run by their general manager, Brian Gutekunst. Aaron Rodgers, this feels like a relatively big swing and miss.
All right. Max,
Baseball metaphors for a football topic.
We have talked about this ad nauseum, and then it breaks yesterday, and I didn't have you or Stephen A here, and I know how important Aaron Rodgers is to you. So let me ask you this. Your first chance to react to this huge news. Who do you think the real winner is?
The biggest winner is the Green Bay Packers. But this is actually a situation where everyone wins. It's just degrees of winning. And I'm basing that on an understanding. My understanding of the situation is that much like Adam Schefter was discussing, 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, I forgot how many weeks already, but Adam doesn't just pull things out of the air. He's talking to a lot of people. It seems that the cap hit was going to be too great for the Packers to swallow this year. So Aaron Rodgers is not a stupid guy. He understands that too. So the Packers, look, you can go after this year. It'll be up to you. But we need you for this year because we're not going to get killed on the cap and also lose Aaron Rodgers. And what they've done here is keep Aaron Rodgers, ostensibly a committed Aaron Rodgers, on a Super Bowl contender. Came pretty close last year, even the year before, right? With a real shot to win the Super Bowl. They're not marching him back at gunpoint. They're not forcing his hand. He is willingly going, which means he'll be committed. And then they have a year to change his mind. Right? They bought themselves a year to change his mind. So Rodgers wins because if he wants out, he'll be out after the season. The Packers win. They'll still be able to trade him and get a bounty for him, multiple firsts and everything. And they have an extra year to change Rodgers' mind. And they have a shot at the Super Bowl this year.
Win-win, except Aaron Rodgers is the biggest winner because what did he do? He turned a team that used a first-round pick on a quarterback and basically forced them to make concessions the team could have done from the very beginning. Hey, Aaron, we want to take this quarterback. How you feel about it? Hey, Aaron, we're thinking about letting go of this receiver. We're thinking about getting that. How do you feel, Aaron? What do you want, Aaron? These are questions that could have been asked last year, years before, and they could have avoided this situation. So the Packers basically put Aaron Rodgers in this position by getting another quarterback and then saying, oh, wait, that quarterback that we drafted, he's not good enough right now for us to win in 2021. Hey, Aaron, please stay with us. Don't leave. We want you. I don't know what they were doing in Green Bay, but Aaron Rodgers is the huge winner because he gets what he wants. I will die on this hill and say that Aaron Rodgers has the best chance of winning a Super Bowl this season in Green Bay. But the fact that he gets to, after this year, test out the Tom Brady theory of going elsewhere and seeing what you could do there, he's really the big winner.
Thank you, Kim. I'm glad we got somebody with some damn sense on this set. Aaron Rodgers, the biggest winner. We had a conversation. Look, Green Bay by default is in good position because Aaron Rodgers is their quarterback for 1 year. That's default. You got a player that just strong-armed an entire organization and became the requisite general manager and decision maker when it comes to roster development and how things are supposed to look. By the way, Randall Cobb just got traded to the Green Bay Packers. Guess who wanted that to happen? Aaron Rodgers. So he's going to continue to win in this particular situation. Max, I was adamant about Aaron Rodgers not coming back to Green Bay. Didn't think it was going to happen. But I damn sure ain't think they was going to make him the general manager, the owner / head coach, decision maker. And Gutekunst got up there and talked about he has input. It's almost the same as it always been. How in the hell you going to make somebody believe that after all of the stuff that we watched transpire this season, and then all of these decisions and concessions are made in order to bring Aaron Rodgers back?
Yep, that's a mistake by Gutekunst.
In what NFL world do you know of a player saying, I don't want to be there, I ain't doing a damn thing this offseason that has anything to do with the Green Bay Packers, and then ultimately shows up for camp and just everything go by the wayside? Man, you know what kind of concessions had to be made in order to get Aaron Rodgers back in that building? And we will continue to see things unfold as this offseason goes along, as this season goes along. I'm with it. Everybody is right. Y'all been right. The Green Bay Packers have a great chance to win a Super Bowl. It's a great roster. All of those things were true before Aaron Rodgers decided to let us know that he wanted out of Green Bay. We had just saw him in the NFC Championship. I get it. They gonna get a haul in draft picks. They gonna do all of this that everybody is talking about. That was gonna happen anyway. The Green Bay Packers knew that was going to happen anyway, right, whether they decide to trade him right now or they trade him a year from now. Aaron Rodgers just strong-armed an entire damn organization, and y'all gonna say the organization is the winner. Y'all crazy.
All right, let me get in here. Gutekunst did just speak, and he did admit to the fact that there were communication lapses with Aaron Rodgers, which we all know, a little bit of Captain Obvious there. But Max, I want to come back to you because you had said all along, Aaron's the guy with the power. The Packers need to come to him on TV and say, Aaron Rodgers is their boss. They will do as they're told. So does this turn of events surprise you, how this ultimately played out, that he's back in Green Bay?
No, not at all. And first of all, this is what I want to know. How is Kimberly, who has all this inside information, who talks to people all the time, how is Marcus, who's a veteran of the NFL, how is it that neither of those things, how are my opinions so much better? Can you explain that to me? It shouldn't be this way. And yet clearly the audience can see, Molly. The audience can plainly tell. Now, let me explain why the Packers win here, Molly, and why I'm unsurprised.
Okay.
Because the real win for them is they have another year to change Rodgers' mind. See, they're not calling the shots. The reason you guys are saying Aaron Rodgers wins, look at him, he's a shot caller. I've been known that he's a shot caller. The NFL has changed. The NFL has made the quarterback so important that if you are Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, or Aaron Rodgers, if you are a far outlier, right? You say jump, they say how high, and they don't come down until you tell them to. The Packers are learning this now. Now, the cap hit was such that I'm sure the back channel communication is, we just can't take the hit. It's not like Rodgers was really going to retire. He may have waited out a year, and they didn't want to lose that year, but neither did he. But more than that, they understand now they have a year to try to win a Super Bowl and change Rodgers' mind. And in fact, Gutekunst saying anything like he's saying now is not helping. He still hasn't learned to put his ego aside. Just check the ego, forget about all the double talk to make it look like you're in charge, and just give it up. Rodgers is calling the shots. You got him for one more year. Clock's ticking. You got 1 year to change the boss's mind because he will decide what happens.
What was the point of drafting Jordan Love? Like, what was the point? What was the point? Because if you believe that Packers believed Aaron Rodgers had just like 1 or 2 good, decent years left, which is why Jordan Love is here. Now the Packers are saying, oh, it should have been, they basically were like, oh, Aaron, baby, please don't leave us. Do not go. Like, come back to us. and yet they drafted a QB. Like, this is part of the problem. That's why it's hard.
That QB on the side if you want me to come back.
Right? That's why it's hard for me to say the Packers are the true winner. This is a win-win situation for them. It benefits them, but they put themselves in this bind and now are making concessions, and they have a QB that they can't use right now because they want this QB who they made upset, and now they have to convince him to come back another year. This has just been poorly handled from the jump.
Kimberly, you make a great point, and I understand absolutely what you're saying. But let me address the Columbia grad with the psychology major, because this dude is out of his damn
history major.
History major, but you
know
try to act like psychology is your expertise. You are smart. You are a very smart individual, Max. I ain't trying to throw shade that way. But in this particular situation, you crazy as hell if you think that Aaron Rodgers is not the biggest winner. Max, you just said it. If he says jump, they say how high. In what regard is that not the guy running the show and the biggest winner in any situation? You saying we already knew that. I didn't. I did not think that the Green Bay Packers were going to concede all of this control to Aaron Rodgers. I understand that all quarterbacks have a lot of juice, and it's a particular tier of guys that we know if they say something, it's going to move in the way. But to give up everything? Green Bay just gave up everything, Max.
Well,
right? Like, and they still don't know. To your point, they got a year to convince him. They still don't know where they're going to be a year from now.
They can win the Super Bowl in that year, Marcus.
Max, what if they don't and he walks?
Better shot with
What
Rodgers.
if they don't? Everybody understands and agrees that having Aaron Rodgers is a better situation. But the question is, who is the real winner? The real winner is the player that just strong-armed an entire organization. That's the winner.
If you want to back up to the very beginning, you can argue that. But we're dealing with the facts as they existed in the last several weeks and the last couple months when we've been chopping this up. Now, I want to answer both the questions. One, what were they doing drafting Jordan Love, right? And because Aaron Rodgers in a new system turned into a game manager, had the worst year of his career by the eyeball test, and it wasn't clear, given his age and given the fact that he relies on athletic ability more than, say, someone like Tom Brady or Drew Brees, you would think, because he can move and he can do all these things that require, like, the athletic ability you would think of youth. They thought, wait, is he in decline? Do we need to make backup plans? But they're hedging their bets because maybe not. It turns out not. He just needed that year in a new system to learn it, and then he won the MVP. So that's why they draft Jordan Love. They bungled. They messed that up, no question about it. But that's the rationale. It's not like I'm saying anything that we all don't know. And Marcus, Aaron Rodgers with the Packers, you're saying, how is he not winning because he just told the whole organization this, that? The fact is, he wasn't going to play for them. He didn't want to play for them anymore. It's been reported and discussed and chopped up ad nauseum, right? He's out of there. He doesn't want to play. Not only do they have him now, but they have him under circumstances for a year where he's not having to be brought kicking and screaming. He's signed up. So he's committed to this year. You have a Super Bowl ready team with a committed quarterback. That's a win. That's pulling a rabbit out of a hat.
Max, I'm not saying Green Bay didn't come out good in this situation. We're not having that conversation. Obviously, if you're paying attention, both sides got what they wanted ultimately. Green Bay got a great quarterback, a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest to ever do it, and a chance to win a Super Bowl. But we said, who is the real winner? The real winner is the player that organization pays to do a job, who just took a whole offseason and said, to hell with y'all until I become the ruler of all things in Green Bay. And you know what happened? He just became the ruler of all things in Green Bay.
He already was, he just didn't know it.
In particular, we got situations all over this league with owners, management, we got GMs, we got guys running organizations that would not have relented in this particular situation. We know some of the egos of some of the owners and general managers. Wait a second. All of the things that you said, Max, leading up to this point, Green Bay needs to go on television and apologize. They need to say, Aaron Rodgers is my guy. He's the guy that owns this organization. He's the general manager and decision maker. In what world is the player not the real winner when it becomes that situation, Max? In what
Well,
world?
but that was the
in
case.
what league?
That was already the case. We already knew that. At least I did. We already knew that that's the case. What the Packers got out of
Obviously,
it
Green
was
Bay
another year of Rodgers.
Obviously, Green Bay
I will
didn't.
say
No,
this.
they didn't.
I will say this. To Mark's point, when I talked to NFL GMs and personnel execs, they said the Packers shouldn't do anything. The Packers have the leverage. Other teams felt the Packers had the leverage and should just sit there and let Aaron Rodgers be the one to sit out a season because he's under contract. The fact that they did not, the fact that they relented and now we're talking concessions, I think that points to the fact that Aaron Rodgers, who showed up with that devious grin yesterday and his little office sweatshirt, his little office T-shirt, he's the real winner. He knows exactly what he did.
It's easy for those GMs to talk tough when they
it's
don't
not
have
them,
to
right.
deal. If he's playing for them, we'll see how tough they're talking.
Well, look, Green Bay,
All right, let's move on
Green
here.
Bay GM play quarterback, so he can say what the hell he want to say.
Okay, let's move on. And speaking of concessions, might there be someone